Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words of wisdom, and I'm kind of smirking because this is one of those cards that makes you go, or what? So, my guess is you can guess which card deck it's from, because we often have this reaction to this deck, which is the Pilgrim Cards deck by Austin Repath. And I think the cards are designed to stir deeper thoughts and to create the clash within us. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. I'm not sure if someone snuck past or not, but glad you're here. Good morning, Lucy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the sunshine. It's kind of like in music, where there are those chords where it's like two notes together or three notes really close together, and it's kind of got that clashy, clangy sound to it. Good morning, Peggy. Glad you are here. Many of these cards in this deck have that kind of a feel to them. Thank you for the hearts and the rainbow. Beautiful, beautiful. So today is our last good morning. Thank you for the, sunrise and rainbow. I'm looking at these little bitty icons. It's like, these are so cool. So welcome to Abigail. Thank you for the sunshine, Peggy. I appreciate it. I haven't seen Cindy come flying through here yet. So we'll see when she pops in. Back to the point. The point is, those clashing notes serve a purpose, don't they? Yes, it's lovely when we have all these harmonious chords in music, but those clashy things serve a purpose. And I think that's the same thing for these cards. They serve a purpose. There she is. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. They give us pause. They make us stop. Good morning, Judy. Welcome. They make us think. And this whole deck is very much like that, the Pilgrim Cards deck, Austin Repath. So our card for today is called Alive. One word, alive. So let's take some nice deep breaths and just kind of open ourselves up to receiving this message that might make you go, Okay, so breathe in through your nose. Absolutely true. And exhale. Good morning, Mel. In through the nose. And exhale. I'm all plugged up. The air quality, I think, is not great again, so we weren't out there very long, and he headed for his stairs to come back in the house, so I think it was bothering him too. So we're just settling in to open ourselves to receive this message, knowing that it might clang and clash a little bit inside and roll around and poke into some dark edges, etc. But I'd love to hear your take on this card. Thank you for the flower and the wave and the heart. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Because again, I think there's a depth to these cards that we don't always get in all the other card decks. Some of them are just more fun decks, but this one provokes thought. So here we go. Alive. Weighted down by the great emptiness of the universe, the tedium of the journey, the forgotten faith in a birth that would change everything, you entertain morbid reveries that befit a cold autumnal day. Around you the world is dying. See, told you, positive card, right? Around you the world is dying. Within you, the chill of your own mortality slows your step to a snail's pace. A voice whispers in your ear thoughts of your own demise. The bleak landscape reflects this moribund truth. All things die. To say that spring follows winter, that there is birth within dying, offers little comfort from this cold reality. There is, however, here's how he usually turns the cards around, there is, however, one simple fact that cannot be denied. One absolute truth that makes all the difference. You are alive. You are alive. So, as I thought about that, it was like, yeah, there are those times we're doing the dark night of the soul. Right now there are people doing a whole lot of dark night of the soul. Why am I here? What's the point? What's the purpose for this? Why aren't things easier? Etc., etc., etc. But the fact is, we're alive. We're here. What do we want to do with our time here? Who do we want to be with our time here? You are alive, absolutely. Just roll that around in your brain for a while. That's an interesting concept, that even when things around us are dark, they're just not going the way we would like them to go, or going the way that seems like it would be best for humanity, we are alive. We are alive. And that Mary Oliver quote, and I always screw it up, but quote, what do you want to do with your one wonderful life? And we're the ones who look through the lenses and decide, is this wonderful? Is this a dark night of the soul? Not saying avoid the dark night of the soul, because again, I frame that dark night of the soul as being very much like the chrysalis. We're in the chrysalis. We're in the green muck stage, as Sue Monk Kid calls it. We're no longer the caterpillar, but we sure aren't the butterfly yet. We're in transition. I think that fits so clearly for what's going on right now in our world. We are in transition. We are belching, wheezing, and coughing. Good morning, Pat. Welcome. Into an up level. And we need enough of us to get it, that that's what's happening, that when we observe the dark night of the soul, when we look at some of the bullshit that's going on politically, etc., etc. So yes, there's the Mary Oliver quote. Tell me, what do you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Your wild and precious life. Many people every day get that call, that crack upside the head, that makes them take a look at, wow, what am I doing with my life? Someone's diagnosed with cancer. Someone has some other kind of an illness. They're just overcoming COVID. They lost their job. They have had a car accident. They nearly missed some kind of an accident. All those things kind of catch our attention and make us go, whoa, wait a minute here. What we want to do then is be able to hang on to that consciousness of the whoa, wait a minute here. When we are really, truly taking a look at our life and going, okay, if this is my last day, have I lived my life the way I've wanted to? Have I played full out? Have I shot the last arrow, as Erwin Raphael McManus would say? And I was going to read more in the book, but it felt like I was pulled this direction instead. So I heeded the pull and went for the card instead. Alive. Alive. Regardless of all of what's going on, you are still alive. And as my father would say, my father who is 88, you can sit around waiting to die, or you can get about the business of living. And for many people, it seems much easier to sit around waiting to die. Life is not easy. It isn't. But if it were a cakewalk, what would be the point? How do we navigate these hills and valleys and fording our way across a river or two and flash floods and all kinds of things? How do we navigate through these dark nights? How do we do this? Having a beacon is very useful. So what do you hang on to that is a beacon for you? Hope, I think, is a huge beacon for a lot of people. Service is a huge beacon for a lot of people. What can I do for others while I'm here? Having a dream that they're pursuing gives people that sense of hope, and I'm going to keep going. And again, the Winston Churchill thing, if you find yourself walking through hell, keep walking. Keep walking. Good morning, Dunning. His implication there is there's something beyond the hell. You need a beacon right now. All right. Here's the other thing, Judy. We are our own beacon. We have it within us. We can look around. We can look outside. We can find things that stimulate our beaconness. But really, we are our own beacon. So when I made this little card, when I was in the dumps on something, my light is beautiful. I am star stuff. I am brave. That was me being my own beacon. Is it always easy to muster that? No, no. Sometimes it's that little voice that, yes, we are all star stuff. Sometimes that's that little voice that says, okay, I'm going to rest for a while and then I'll try again. I'm going to rest for a while and then I'll try again. And trying again doesn't have to be flailing at the machine, okay? I think that's kind of an idea we've gotten, certainly in America, that we have to just keep throwing ourselves against the brick wall. No, we can stand back. We can be discerning. We can come at it from our curious observer perspective. I wonder what I meant to learn from this. I'm going to observe this for a while. I'm going to walk around it. Let's say it's the brick wall. I'm going to look at its surface. I'm going to peek over the top if I can. I'm going to kind of kick it with my toe, test the strength of it. I'm going to look around the side of it if I can find the end on either side. Really examining that brick wall instead of just flailing against it. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Do you remember that scene in Princess Bride where the six-fingered man has run down the corridor and closed a door, and Inigo Montoya is flailing against the door, and finally he yells, and Andre the Giant comes over and tears the door off its hinges, basically, and he can run after him again. Quit flailing. Quit flailing. I'm not sure flailing ever really serves us all that much. Somewhere in there, I think we're meant to heed that inner voice that says, will you just stop for a minute? Take the step back. Take some breaths. Observe the situation. And sometimes, I'm going to change that to oftentimes, the best approach is wait a bit. Okay, I don't have an answer that's working right now. Nothing here seems to be working. So I'm going to ask for some guidance. I'm going to put it out into the universe. Okay, what do you want me to see? What do you want me to know? What do you want me to do with this pile that's in front of me? And wait, and listen, and still yourself. Be quiet. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still. Be. I love that one. My friend Bobby Silverstone has that going down the stairs to her yoga studio. Love that. So, even though some of us are experiencing life right now as a dark night of the soul, know that those dark nights of the soul, like those clashing notes, like this card, are integral to the process. Yeah, just listen. Just listen, listen, listen. And sometimes when we go about doing something else is when the answer for something pops in. Go about your business. Go about doing something. Be still and distill. I love that. Yes. Gardening. Gardening is a great way. Housework. I am not a housework fan. I am not Becky Homecki. But sometimes in the process of doing something mundane, vacuuming was not a good idea. Sweeping was not a good idea. That's hard on the ribs right at the moment. But other stuff. Washing dishes. My dad doesn't have a dishwasher. Washing dishes. Doing laundry. Weeding. I like the weeding thing. That I can see progress. Okay, 2 buckets full of weeds today. Yay me. When your mind is otherwise occupied, ideas can begin to pop in. They can begin to niggle on, what about this? Think about that. Maybe try this. And we move forward again. Being stuck in the dark night of the soul just means we need to take some time, have some discernment, wander in nature, see what the trees have to tell you, ask the sky for some feedback. Maybe it's not hunting up a guru. Maybe it's what can I discern from the world around me that helps me with this decision. Maybe I just sit on my front porch for an afternoon, rocking and watching birds or something like that. Take time to just be. Okay? So that is our card for today, Alive. Kind of an interesting little juxtaposition from yesterday's card. So have an awesome Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. And if you have some spare prayers laying around, toss them my way, because at 10:42, TJ and I are making our last foray to the vet, and we will be done. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.